What it do? One of my videos that I posted when I was talking about the Sonar Works, that video cracks me up mainly because, I posted it over a year ago, and a lot of people um, took offense to the way the room sounded. It is what it is. So, guess what? The room is, in my opinion, fixed. So I'm about to play that right now. If you see me, I probably look super tired because I am. I've been working on this room for days upon days. And I did a majority of the work by myself. Probably like 87% of the work was done by myself. Um, but it's okay. Um, I just edited the video, but I realized I didn't have an intro. So we're about to cut to that. I'm about to put this intro in and I'm about to go to sleep. So hit the subscribe button, bell notification button. This is a long video, but for those who are actually looking for ideas on getting their room to sound different, then this is going to be a good one for you because it's going to give you a lot of information as far as like what I was doing in my thought process. So I will see you guys inside the video. Hit that subscribe button, bell notification button if this works out for you, or if you see something about the room that you would have did differently. Go ahead and leave that in the comments as well. All right, peace. What it do? The studio rebuild has started. So as you can see, that's what the walls look like. I'm taking the wall down that I put up so you can see. I made a big ass mess. You can see that was the sheetrock that I put up, and this was behind the sheetrock, which literally didn't do anything. There was no reason for me to put this up because it's so thin, it didn't do anything. It was just a waste of my time. Literally, that's exactly what it was. When I first moved in here, I didn't know what I was doing. My goal was to put this up and stop the sound from bothering my daughter. As you can see, this is so thin, it did nothing. When I say nothing, I'm looking at it right now, like based off of what I know now, and I know it did nothing. So basically what I'm trying to say is me putting up all this and all that was a waste of my time. But you know what? Sometimes you got to do things to know. So anyhow, I'm going to finish taking this down, and I'm probably going to take the other side down because it's really not doing anything. It actually gives me, how many inches is this? I want to say about 2 more inches on each side of space that it's giving me. Like just taking down the wall right now, the room already looks bigger this way, wider. So yeah, this is gonna be a long project, but hopefully not too long. I can probably get this side done tonight, and then I'll attack that side tomorrow. I do want to take the booth down, but I think I'm gonna just leave it up for now, and take a lot of the insulation that I have, because I bought enough for the booth too. So I'm gonna just put it all around the booth and then get a fabric. I still haven't got the fabric yet, but I'll get a fabric, and we'll see how that goes. In the event my roommate does move out, because he did say that it's getting close to that time where he's gonna start looking, then I'll take the booth down and make his room the booth. So, well, technically it won't be his room no more. It'll be my room. I'll have a room back. It's my smallest room in the house, so I'll make that the booth. All right. Next time y'all see me, I'll probably have something else done. What's up? All right, so I think I'm 3 days later from the time I shot the last video. So what we have so far is I took the 2 walls down. So that took all day Saturday. And then Sunday, I started going to Home Depot. I've probably gone to Home Depot like 6 or 7 times since Saturday. So, and today is Monday. So there's a lot going on. But anyways, so I have the frames. I actually made one panel just so I could see how it was gonna work. And so I actually measured it from top to bottom, so that's dope. I was happy that I actually did good measurements. Um, so basically, what I'm gonna do, like I was saying, is make two panels. One panel here, one panel for this whole area right here. So that take care of the window, but I can also remove it um, just in case I need to do an inspection or anything. But when I thought about it, I figured, you know what, every single panel should be easily removable. So right now, the wood, I made the trimming. So we have that one, we have the middle one, we have that one. It's actually standing up there by itself. So with that being said, I bought some Velcro stuff that I can stick to the back of them, and then I'll be able to stick it to the wall. I don't have to worry about it coming down. But if I need to move it, this is gonna be for the base trap. Oh, let me step back. It's too close. So as you can see, I make that one out, and this one's thicker, so I can put double the insulation for the base trap. So I'm gonna have one here. I'm definitely gonna have one there. So that's gonna take care of the front of the room. Right now I'm making the panels for this wall, for this wall. Then I gotta make a custom panel to go right here. I've gotta put something on the back of the door, and I need to cover up this whole area right here. And probably put another one of these down here at the bottom and make something for the top. Now, I've been doing a lot of research on diffusion because I know the room's gonna be really, really, really flat. And I actually want my room to be flat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to finish this all off. Then I'm gonna bring the monitors in here. I'm gonna listen to music. I'm gonna measure the room. And then I'll see about putting some diffusers in the back. The information that I got from diffusers is you don't really want it to be too close to you. So the back of the room for sure. This wall definitely could take diffusers just fine. As far as the wall in front of me, I mean, that was my goal to put a diffuser in front of me, but we will see. I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna need that. So for now, we'll find out. I still need to make a cloud. One of my buddies is gonna be making that because he's a little more handier than I am, but I'm starting to feel like I don't really need him to do it. I mean, I made all these, so I probably will need his help hanging, and he's gonna come and do the wiring for the electricity so that I can put more lights on the ceiling. Oh, as far as LED goes, I don't know how I'm gonna do it because I'm pretty sure I can space these out to have a gap and maybe put the LED in between the gap. I don't know, we'll see. So far so good though, it's coming along. All right. All right, cool. So progress has been made. Sounds pretty good in here so far. All right, so we have this panel on the base side. You can see over here, back there is the window. So that's gonna be covering the window. I need to redo this panel right here because I don't like the way it came out. It's not as tight. This was actually the first panel that I did when I was trying to see if it worked. But I actually like this design better because as you can see, it's wrapped around the sides and I could pull it tighter. That's not tight enough. So I'm gonna just rewrap it and then call it a day. But I'm gonna keep the trim on the base traps. I wish I could get those wrinkles out, but in order for me to do that, I would probably have to redo it, and I'm not doing it. So we have a panel here, here, here. It's like I want to attend to that, but I also know I'm gonna end up taking that down. So I'm kind of torn at what I want to do as far as the booth goes. So I think what I'm gonna do is just take all the extra stuff and just cover it on there for now. I don't want to do anything too permanent because once it comes down, I'm just gonna make more panels to go all the way to the back. But sounds so good in here. This little speaker right here, Like once I was watching the TV show, like the bass response coming out of this little thing got real tight. It was clean, it was tight. I was like shocked, like dang, this room definitely is taking care of the bass problems that I was having before just by listening to that. So I know when the folk house get in here, it's going to be great. I got one more panel, actually two more panels to do. Hold on, let me go to the other side. This is the frame for the other panel. So we have that panel. So two on this wall. Gotta finish that one. So that's technically 2 1/4 of panels I still got to do. I made a little panel for that little area. Then I'm gonna make one more panel for the back of the door. So when the door shuts, we're going to have all the panels. I'm thinking about angling these panels out towards the front. I don't think that would be hard to do. So that way they can absorb kind of at a diagonal. Also, the room does not but it does not let air in here pretty well, obviously, if the window is like that. So what I'm probably gonna do, or what I am gonna do, is I ordered another small portable AC, and this is the quietest one from the reviews that I found online. So I'm gonna move this over to close this gap, and then I'm gonna probably put the AC in front of the bass trap, run the hose through the bottom somehow. I wish I'd have thought about that before, because I could have actually built the hose, built it with the hose in mind. Anyhow, I'm gonna run around to the window, and then I'm gonna have it coming out the window. I mean, I could like build a hole, like cut a hole out the middle and run it straight through the panel. That would be custom. I don't know. We'll see. But what I do know is once that AC gets in here, then it's going to be very easy to keep the room cool, because the air isn't going to leave the room easy either. So I could run it while I'm recording, and then when I'm mixing, obviously I can turn it off. So yeah, but so far so good. I like it. I love the way it sounds in here. Just so far. Haven't even got to the cloud yet, but I know once that gets here, then it's going to be over. So the cloud is probably going to be the same color as this right here. I really do like that color. Oh, and also, so basically all I'm doing for the panels, and this is what's taking so long, because I'm making panels the size of the walls. So I'm taking the fabric and I'm wrapping it around the panel. This is the second method. The first method, doing it this way, is a lot harder. This way you can pull the fabric and get it tight, and then I'm stapling. Oh, also, this right here, my boy's dad had. Oh God, this came in handy. It looked rusty, but golly, this thing works. It's an electric staple gun. You definitely are gonna need one of those, because I have one that's just handheld, and your hand will go numb trying to do this. Yeah, so you definitely should probably, if you're doing this and you're doing a lot of them, get you an electric staple gun. I think they're like 60 or 70 bucks. And the staples cost me like 11. So definitely do that, because you're going to love the fact that your hand's not going to fall off. All right, so yeah, right now I'm about to go downstairs, get the insulation, put it in here, and then I'm going to put the weed fabric, which is over there in the corner. It's like a simple fabric you would see. It's called gardening fabric. There you go. So go to Home Depot, go to the gardening section, and that's the fabric. It's pretty cheap, and I'll cover it on the back. So one thing that I'm noticing that I probably should have done is I probably should have made a piece to go in the middle of the board, because these are so tall. When I stretch the fabric, sometimes I stretch it trying to get it too tight, it actually bends the wood in a little bit. So this is actually the first time I've done a panel that the size didn't fit, and I'm having to cut off a couple inches. But like once I staple the fabric in, there's no redoing it. So that will probably be something different, like when I do my booth in the other room. When I finally do that, when I make the panels, I'll probably put a middle one just to maintain the structure better. But this one is actually going to be tucked back here. So it'll still look fine. But yeah, this is the first time I had to cut off extra sides. So whatever. I'm just using a kitchen knife. Cuts pretty much like butter. All right, so the walls on the sides, I'm gonna put a little a black tarp like there to get rid of that red. And you got the faux cowl set up. I did my first listen and it sounds very good. The bass is a lot tighter, so that is always good. So we have to address that tomorrow. What I'm probably gonna do, I cut out this frame and put it together because I can do this with one hand. Anyhow, I made this frame to go up there. That's gonna be in gray. I think instead of me making another frame for the door, I'm probably gonna take one of these, rewrap it in probably the same color as that gray, and put that on the back of the door. And then, I mean, because I made a total of 8 of these. So then I'm just gonna take the remaining 8 and cover this hole up there and down there and on the back of that door. And I'm gonna just do that until I take the booth down. And I think it's gonna sound real good just based off of this, but I know I'm probably getting reflections off of this, so I don't know. All right, so the day is here. Room is pretty much done, and I haven't put all the stuff back in, but I'm gonna show you how it looks. All right, so obviously we got to get this clean, but I'm tidying it up right now. We're gonna start here. Obviously the booth is still the booth. I have to put this up here somehow. When I close the door, hold on. There we go. When I close the door, so I have that on the back of the door. This, I messed this up trying to drill a hole. This is gonna go up there. So those are the 2 things I need to hang. These are just sitting there for now. Mind you, everything I do here is just temporary until the booth finally comes down, which is not gonna be today, because I gotta get back to working. So here are the panels, and these are the LED lights that I used. So let's look at the front of the room, and you can see the cloud. The cloud looks amazing. Yeah, my boy came through. I had him do that, the cloud for me, because I wanted it to look correct. But when he did it, I realized I could have did that myself. But hanging it, his methods of hanging it with using these hooks, drilling into the studs on the ceiling, I would have never thought of. So yeah, that came out pretty good. Let me back up some. Yeah. So here's the front. I'm standing under the cloud right now. You probably can tell that my voice is a little more flatter, is a little more direct. The first thing I do notice is that when my friends come in here and I'm not facing him, if I'm not facing like his direction, like my voice goes that way. So it's pretty dead in here. I need to do my room software correction, see just how flat we have made this room. Hopefully it is flat. I do want a dead room. I don't want a live sounding room. So I'm gonna test it out. I'm getting ready to bring the monitors in, and I'm gonna start setting everything up. Yeah, hold on, let me turn the light off. Turn the light off for you. So yeah, this is with the light off. That's the air conditioner that I bought off of Amazon. I will link that in the description. This air conditioner is actually smaller than my other portable air conditioner, but it runs a lot more juice, so it kept blowing my circuit breaker upstairs. So I was gonna take it back, but then something told me let me try and put this on low because I had it on high. So I put it on low, and I wanted to test to see if the power was going to short anything, and so far it's been perfectly fine. So I will run it on low, have it set to 70. I had it set to 64. It was working just fine. So yeah, one thing about this room, now that I have everything enclosed, it gets hot in here pretty easily. But another thing is it stays cool pretty easily as well. So when I turn off, I don't know if you can even see me. When I turn off the air conditioner, the room actually stays cool for a long period of time. Now, I have not brought all of my equipment in here, so I don't know how long that's gonna happen, and I'm gonna actually work on that now. Yeah, so yeah, once I bring the desk in, I'll light up with my last strip of LED lights behind the desk. And then after that, I'm pretty much done with the lighting. Yeah, it's pretty dope. My boy came in, he added this switch right here, which is a low cover right now. Goes up to the top, runs on the ceiling, and then this is where I will put a light, so I can light the room. And then he ran this plug just so I could have power for the LED on top of the cloud. So yeah, this is definitely what I was talking about. Every time I kept saying what I wanted to do to the room, this is definitely what I was saying. And yeah, it sounded like that room in LA. One thing I did notice, maybe I should not have the light behind me because I don't know how bad that looks. One thing I did notice with this installation, I waited for my neighbor to leave just because I just wasn't sure. So I brought my focals in here and I turned them all the way until right when they started redlining with the red light, I pulled it back just a little bit. So I'm like, okay, this is max. This is my maximum volume, and I wanted to see how loud it was outside of the room. So my roommate's room was next to this one, which is gonna end up being the booth when he does move out. When I went in there, I could hear it, but I couldn't like really hear it. But the bass did not go through the walls whatsoever. Like his walls weren't beating, nothing like that. So that was dope. Then I went outside in the front because, mind you, I have this air conditioner, so there's a hose behind it and it's going to a window, and then that's where the hot air is shooting out. So therefore, the window's open. So I went outside, stood in front of where the window is, and I could hear the music, but it was a faint, like I can kind of hear it. It wasn't like it was loud. It was just like I can hear the song that's playing, but that's pretty much where it was. So what does that tell me? I don't have to worry about the time of day when I'm working on music. That's exactly what that told me. So I mean, obviously it's doing a little soundproof. It's not 100%, but I wasn't expecting that at all. Actually, I was just expecting to do what I needed to do for the acoustics of the room, and I didn't really care if it was going to be loud. I would just not work too much louder after 10. But this is a dope bonus. So after 10, it doesn't really matter. I can stay cranked. So that's dope. So anyhow, that's where we are with this room. I guess the next time I come back, I'll have everything set up. So yeah, this is dope. I'm not even gonna act like it's not. Like my boy came through, he was just looking at it, I'm just looking at it. The lights can change colors. Everything is pretty much exactly what I was envisioning. These colors that I went with, I was not envisioning these colors, but I knew that I wanted to do something. So yeah, I'm gonna put a steamroller. My boy, he has a steamroller, so I'm gonna put a steamroller to that to try to get those wrinkles out. But yeah, other than that, this panel is hanging off the wall just a tad bit because the hose is a lot bigger than I would have wanted. I wish it was skinnier, but whatever, that's fine. All right, so this is it. This is the final for the room. The only thing, I'll start with the back so I can kind of show you what problems I am having is getting this up here. When I built this, I didn't use the best drywall. So it doesn't really stick. I mean, as you can see, it's like those screws are falling out. Like I could technically pull this off the wall, which lets me know that it is really time for the booth to come down because it is in the way. There is a reflection going off of this. When I stand in front of it, I can definitely hear it, and it's giving me a weird tone. So yeah, that's just more of a reason why it is time for me to take this down. But you probably saw a little glare in the screen, so let's pan over. So this is what we have. This is where we at. I'll hit the lights. This is now the new studio setup. You can actually see the outside because of the holes. But other than that, it's pretty dope. Standing under the cloud is like my voice should probably sound a little more tighter. Yeah, the room sounds amazing. So let's go ahead and turn the lights back on. That light obviously won't be here. I gotta put a light there. I think I'm gonna go do that today. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go to Home Depot, find something simple that I can put an LED bulb in, and I can change the colors of that as well. But yeah, sitting down, and so oh, I guess, hold on, I didn't turn on the balls. I bought these because I really, yeah, turn that one on. So yeah, you can switch the colors, kind of to match the room. So yeah, this right here is a lamp. Oh, it's not centered, but you just hit that 3 times, and that's the brightness. So keep that on. So yeah, this is the new setup. It sounds amazing. I need to fix this wall. These are all panels. If you guys have been following along, you would know that this is how the room is now. So let me turn this light on. Yeah. So yeah, this is, let me see. Maybe we'll move the lights this way. I'm probably up here on top of the mount that's holding the TV. I'll probably find a way to mount some lights and mount maybe an arm for my camera. So that way, when it's time to record, I don't have to do any setup, and I can just literally move the arm where I need it to be, and the light will already be on the fixture. So if I can figure that one out, which I'm pretty sure I can, that'd be dope. Oh, so the only things that I don't like is this. I don't know what to do with this because it makes noise. So what I did last night to test out like how it would sound is I took the laptop, I closed it, and I placed it behind the bass trap. And as soon as I put it back there, I heard nothing. This room is very quiet now. I can hear, this right here is my amp that I'm using to power the CLA-10s, and I've never heard that amp before, but now I can hear it. Can you hear it? All right, so let me turn it off. Nothing. Yeah, so that's how quiet it is in here now, which means that I could probably get away with recording vocals here, but maybe not, because if I was going to do that, I should have built 2 clouds and put a cloud here, because it's obviously different out here than it is under the cloud. But anyhow, so yeah, I got to figure out this situation, which I'm probably going to build or find something to where I can place the laptop on away from the desk. And as soon as it gets loud, I'll just close it up and stick it behind there. I was also thinking about sticking this behind that bass trap and like building something for it just to sit on. But then I was like, if I need to get to it, that would suck. I kind of wanted to keep my desk area clear. I think that might be panned a little too much. I haven't done all the stuff to, I haven't measured the room and all that stuff yet. I'll do that at some point in time. I just really want to sit and listen to music in here now. So anyways, I built these little things to house my listening station. I wasn't using my listening station before because I was only running 2 monitors. So I plugged both of them into my twin, which is supposed to be sticking out just a little more so I can get to the volume knob. I was just under the desk doing cord management. So yeah, I built that one and I built this one as well. So now in order for, it's a little tricky until I find a better solution. I had the PreSonus listening station from when I first started doing this. So I had that, and there's only one output coming out of this board, and there is another way to do it, but I felt like it was too much to be able to simultaneously switch. So what I do now, these are going to be the focals when that's green like that, but when I hit the Alt button, it's going to go here. And then here I have 3 monitors on it, which is my sets of, this is the iLouds, the B is the CLA10s, and C is the mix cubes. So I can easily switch between all the speakers simultaneously, so that's pretty dope. Yeah, I love it. If you notice, the lights are okay, so they're blinking, but they're also going to my voice. I got the sensitivity turned down low just so when I do mix, I can have the option for the lights to, flash, with the music. So while I'm working on kick drums, let's see if we can try that. Actually, you can see just how dope this is. It is amazing. Got the mixer board right here. I got the screen right here, which is pretty much the length of the mixer board, and I have all of my studio monitors right here. Yeah, the iLouds, they sound amazing. The iLouds have so much bass response in them there. I'm just like, my goodness. All right, so let's turn the focals on. Oh, and down here I have the foot pedal. So the foot pedal is how I activate, take them out of focus mode. So when they're in focus mode, if you guys don't know by now, the focals in focus mode will turn off the woofer. And you'll just hear the mid and the tweeter. So you can see the lights flashing with the it's just a different vibe. Yeah, just a different vibe. Let me hit this up. I'm pressing it. Turn it off. Press it again. Now I'm about to switch over to the iLoud, and you guys gonna hear just how much bass is coming out of these iLouds. In 3, 2, 1. I'm not 100% sure if that works through my phone. I'm filming this with my phone, but you can see just how dope it is. It sounds amazing in here. It's starting to get hot, so I'll just turn the air conditioner back on. Let's see how loud that is. I probably wouldn't mix with the air conditioner on, but I can definitely record in the booth with the air on. It's not that bad. It cools the room down pretty quickly, and then it stays cool long in here as well. So anyhow, that's the room. I'm here, and I cannot be more happier with the decision I made after I went to LA. So I gotta tidy up a couple things, and then I need to get back to making these videos. So I will definitely get back on the series that I was just doing when I was critiquing mixes. I need to actually learn the system because it obviously sounds different. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. So I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.